Most seniors stepping into dating after 60 make mistakes that push love further away. These mistakes don't just ruin first dates, they crush confidence, they make you question yourself, and they sometimes leave you feeling like maybe love isn't for you anymore. Maybe you've told yourself, "I'm too old, it's too late, people my age don't start over." But let me tell you something, none of that is true. It is not too late. You are not too old. And starting over is not just possible, it can be the most beautiful chapter of your life. With the right mindset, with the right approach, dating after 60 can actually be one of the most joyful, exciting, and even healing seasons you'll ever experience. Let me take you into Mary's story. Mary is 65 years old. She had been married for 40 years before losing her husband. For a long time, her life felt quiet, empty, and heavy. But one day she woke up and said to herself, "I deserve to smile again. I deserve companionship again. I deserve to share my days and nights with someone who values me." She decided to step into the world of dating. She signed up on a dating site, she created a profile, and eventually she said yes to a coffee date with a man she had been chatting with. On the day of the date, she walked into that cafe nervous but hopeful, her heart racing, her hands a little shaky, butterflies in her stomach. But here's the part she didn't expect. That very first date didn't feel like the fresh start she was hoping for. Instead, she walked away feeling embarrassed, disappointed, and doubting herself. Why? Because she fell into 3 very common mistakes, the same mistakes many seniors make when re-entering the dating world. These are mistakes that can make dating feel discouraging instead of uplifting. And if you are considering dating again, or if you're already trying, you need to know these mistakes so you don't repeat them. Mistake 1. Ignoring red flags. Right from the start, Mary's date leaned in and asked her about money. First he asked, "So, do you own your home?" Later he asked, "Do you receive a pension?" And then again, "Do you have savings put aside?" Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Mary smiled politely, answered vaguely, but deep inside she felt uneasy. You know that little nudge in your gut, that small voice that says, "This isn't right?" She felt it, but she ignored it, because she didn't want to appear rude, she didn't want to spoil the moment, and maybe part of her was just happy someone was interested enough to ask questions. That was her mistake. When we ignore red flags, we invite unnecessary pain into our lives. Seniors, especially women, are often targets for scammers, opportunists, or people who are more interested in financial security than genuine companionship. Mary's date wasn't trying to know her heart, he was trying to measure her bank account. Here's how you avoid this. If someone asks about your finances too soon, if someone's questions feel invasive, or if something about their energy just feels off, listen to your instincts. Smile kindly and set a boundary. You can say, "I prefer to keep finances private until I really know someone." That one sentence is simple, polite, and powerful. It protects your heart and it protects your wallet. And let me turn it back to you. What do you think is the biggest red flag in senior dating? Is it money questions? Is it dishonesty? Or is it something else? Share your thoughts in the comments, because your wisdom could be the very thing that saves someone else from heartbreak. Mistake 2. Moving too fast. The second mistake Mary made was oversharing too soon. Within the first 10 minutes of her date, she had opened up about her health struggles, explained the details of her pension, and recounted the painful story of losing her husband. All of this before the coffee even arrived. Her date leaned back in his chair, overwhelmed. He wasn't unkind, but he didn't know how to respond. By the time the conversation was over, he wasn't thinking about a second coffee date. He was thinking about how quickly he could leave. And this is where so many of us get caught. When we've been lonely for a long time, we carry so much inside of us. We ache for someone to listen. So when we finally meet a person who seems willing, we let everything spill out like a flood. But dating is not meant to be a therapy session. A first date is about creating curiosity, comfort, and connection, not about unloading every detail of your past. How do you avoid this? Slow down. Share little pieces at a time. Keep the first date light and enjoyable. Ask them questions like, "What hobbies keep you busy these days?" Or, "What's the last trip you enjoyed?" These kinds of conversations open the door to laughter and discovery instead of making the date feel heavy and draining. And be real with me. Have you ever shared too much too soon on a first date? If you have, you're not alone. Go ahead and drop your experience in the comments. Your story might make someone else smile, or remind them they're not the only one. Mistake 3. Comparing everything to the past. The third mistake Mary made was comparing her date to her late husband. Halfway through the meal, she started saying things like, "My late husband always paid for dinner. My late husband loved to travel. My late husband never made that mistake." By the time the evening ended, her date felt like he was competing with a ghost, and that's a competition no one can ever win. After decades with one partner, it is natural to compare. How could you not? But here's the truth. No new person will ever live up to the memory of your spouse or ex, and they're not supposed to. A new relationship isn't meant to replace the old one. It's meant to be different. It's meant to bring fresh joy, new laughter, and new memories. How do you avoid this? Stay present. Focus on the person who is in front of you right now. Notice their smile. Ask about their passions. See what makes them unique. Instead of holding them up against a measuring stick from your past, celebrate the differences. That's where new joy is found. And let me ask you honestly, have you ever caught yourself comparing someone new to your late spouse or your ex? If you have, type yes or no in the comments. I know many of us have done it, and acknowledging it is the first step toward changing it. Now here's the beautiful part of Mary's story. That first date may have been difficult, but it wasn't the end of her journey. She went home feeling low, but instead of giving up, she decided to learn from the experience. She told herself, "Next time, I'll pay attention to the red flags. Next time, I'll slow down my words. Next time, I'll let the past rest where it belongs and focus on the present." And she did. A few months later, Mary met someone new. This man wasn't trying to measure her savings. He was interested in her laughter. He didn't need to compete with her husband's memory. He simply respected her story while offering her a new future. And Mary found companionship again. Not a replacement for her past, but a new chapter that gave her joy. That's what dating after 60 is all about. It's not about erasing your history or replacing your memories. It's about opening your heart again to new experiences, new love, and new possibilities. If this video gave you something to think about, don't just slip away quietly. Tap that subscribe button right now, because every week here on Love and Life After 60, we uncover the secrets to dating, marriage, family, and joyful senior living. And I want you to walk this journey with us. Tell me in the comments, which mistake do you think is the hardest to avoid, ignoring red flags, moving too fast, or comparing to the past. Your voice matters, and I would love to hear your perspective. And let me give you a little tease. In my next video, I'll be sharing the 3 biggest dating scams targeting seniors in 2025 and how to protect yourself. This one is important. It could save your heart and your bank account. So hit subscribe, drop your comment, and share this video with a friend over 60 who deserves another chance at love. Because your love story doesn't end at 60. In many ways, it's just beginning.